And welcome to the Electric Picnic 2013, and I am joined by the lovely duo, Californian duo, if I'm correct.
That's right.
Deap Vally. Ladies, you're very welcome. I believe this is not your first excursion to Ireland, and you had an experience last night. Tell me about your experience last night here.
Last night I had the pleasure of, we're staying near the airport, so...
Something very rare happened last night.
Yeah, that's true. Something very rare.
Go on,
is
what was that?
Me drinking Guinness.
Beer, in general. Julie
Beer
never
in general,
drinks
but
beer.
particularly Guinness, because Guinness is the heavyweight of beers.
How much did you have?
I had a half pint. I had a little pathetic...
come on.
Yeah, I had the little pathetic glass.
That's a bit...
But, you know, I drank the whole thing. I drank it all the way down to the bottom, and then I texted my husband later, and I was like, I drank Guinness.
And what else did you have with that? You said something earlier before we went on air. Something.
Gelato.
What's gelato?
It's Italian ice cream.
Oh, right, of course.
Because when you're in Ireland,
That's
you
what
know.
you should
You
get.
eat gelato.
Yeah, clearly.
Anyway, guys, listen. You're very welcome. And my producer would kill me if I didn't get to ask you why the weird spelling for your name, Deap Valley. Was this some kind of Google kind of marketing kind of thing?
Google optimization.
Yeah, like because people look up Deap Valley and they'll just get valleys that are deep rather than your band.
I know,
Why
but
did you do that?
if you go back in time, the Beatles also were thinking about Google optimization, as well as Led Zeppelin.
What?
Def Leppard.
What do you mean?
Those
all
are
had-
all misspelled.
Mm-hmm.
They're all, and so you followed their lead and misspelled your
Yeah, I
name, so
mean,
you'd be found in search engines. And they were thinking about this 30 years ago.
Well, yeah, they knew the way everything was going to go. They were laying the groundwork for the future.
And so that influenced the reasons why you dropped the E from Valley and spelled Deep, D-E-A-P.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Also,
I thought you'd give me some answer that didn't make sense.
if it
and
was
that
just
kinda makes
spelled
sense.
normally, then it has this very country music kind of feel,
It does a bit,
doesn't
doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does. And that's very not what you are.
No.
Because, you're a very raw, visceral kind of band as far as I'm concerned. It's just the two of you doing it. And, according to what I've read, that you met up at a crochet class. Your music doesn't lend itself to people, I would imagine, who would meet at crochet classes. How does that dynamic work then? How did that all happen?
Well, I think it's a misconception that people who do crochet and knitting don't rock.
Are you against the stereotyping of people who do crochet?
Well, I think it's ridiculous, personally. Kelly Deal from The Breeders published a book of knitted bag patterns. So, and that
that's
was way
one.
before our
Touche.
time.
Kelly Deal. Well, we'll take Kelly Deal from the Pixies any day. And if she was leading the way in crochet,
Well, she was, kinda.
I don't see why you guys couldn't have either. So is that where people meet now who want to be in bands? They do crochet and.
Yeah, that's the only way now. If you want to start
In
a
Los
new band,
Angeles,
you
in
have
Silver
to go
Lake.
to a crochet class.
I'd imagine somewhere like Silver Lake, which is uber trendy. That's where you do crochet.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Well, why did you start doing it? Was it some kind of therapeutic thing, or you just why?
for
why
me
do
it was
crochet?
therapeutic. Yeah, I was quitting smoking at the time.
Okay.
So I wanted something to do with my hands, that was productive. And I'd also had a friend who had just started crocheting, which I thought was crazy. But then she was making all these amazing, beautiful things that were actually cool. They weren't dorky, When you think of crocheted things,
do.
you think of some dorky, awful thing that.
And you kind of think of Amish stuff and all,
Right.
making tablecloths and stuff to put under your coffee cup and stuff. Like
Yeah.
No, but that's,
Well,
not
that's the
really
misconception.
crochet
That's
if you want to
making
get
doilies,
into it.
really,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. Well, anyway,
Julie just made some doilies for.
I did.
Did you make a doily?
I made some freeform doilies that I ended up calling the shaggy doily.
And you haven't got them with you, do you?
No, it was our friend let us stay at his place in London recently, and so as a return gift, I made him some doilies so he wouldn't get glass rings
'Cause what
on
does
his
every
side
man
table.
want?
He wants a doily,
Doilies.
ladies and gentlemen. So tell me, congratulations on your band. I love the name of the album, Sistrionics, and you've been on Jules Holland. You've toured at Muse. Is what's happening with you guys more? Is it happening over this side of the Atlantic more than it is for you in America, or? That's kind of the impression I was
think
getting
it's
from my
really,
research.
it really got started over here, but it's getting started over there. We just did some shows with Queens of the Stone Age in Canada, and we're going to go on tour with Black Rebel Motorcycle Club in the States, which is so exciting.
What was it like touring with Queens of the Stone Age?
a dream come true, like as
Yeah, it was
awesome as
mind-blowing.
possible.
Yeah. And what was the
It
lifestyle
humbling,
like?
humbling and inspiring.
Yeah. What was the lifestyle like?
We all did a lot
you
of
party
knitting
hard?
and crocheting
Did
together.
you party really hard?
They're good vibes, up spirits, happiness people, and so we experienced good vibes and up spirits and happiness.
Because the impression I get from
We
you
weren't
guys...
we weren't like shooting up drugs or like
Yeah.
snorting cocaine off toilet seats, but we were drinking. We
Yeah.
were having fun, you know, just
Yeah.
like hanging out and like drinking after the shows. Like they're just normal dudes, like
Yeah, they're
warm,
awesome.
really warm, normal people. And that's what just blew me away about Josh Homme was that
It wasn't don't look me in
he's
the
such
eye.
an icon,
Yeah.
you know, and sometimes people that famous, they get kind of guarded, but he's just someone who
Who would drop into your dressing room and say hi.
yeah, he's a social creature, you know. He wants to be with people
He's a
and
human being
make
like the
jokes
rest of us.
and have fun and
Yeah.
be treated as an equal.
And like your video for End of the World strikes me though that you do have a kind of a party hard ethos. Life is not long. Let's have a good time. Is that fair to say?
Well, that
No.
tour in particular, though,
Yeah, but life is not long.
Yeah.
I mean, you,
No,
only,
I mean,
you only live
do you
once.
have a party hard kind of vibe? Oh no, we all. It's not a dress rehearsal, etc.
No, we really don't.
No, that video makes it look like you party 24 hours a
Well,
day.
that video is a documentary, and that's what was happening on that tour.
No, okay.
So yeah, that tour, we got up to some shenanigans, but that's not, you know, that's not our
It's not
overwhelming lifestyle.
representative of what you are as people. Is that what you're trying to say?
we work
No.
really hard.
All right, okay.
You know,
You actually work really hard at this. It just not. It just
there's
doesn't
been
happen.
periods of my life where I partied really, really hard, but
You don't look like you have. I hope that's a compliment.
thank you.
Yeah, yeah. You look
But
pretty
this
fresh.
period, we just worked too hard to party.
Okay.
You know,
There's too many emails to answer.
Too many
like-
emails. Emails. It's just,
too much knitting to get done.
With knitting and the internet, you can't do anything
Yeah.
these days.
Nothing.
Do
We
you miss-
both got multiple knitting and crochet projects going on at the same time, so we have a lot,
Have
you
not
know,
got people
on
to
our
look-
plate.
Have you not got people to look after that sort of stuff for you? You know, to look. You're
No.
crochet people, and you're.
To do our hobbies for
Or
us.
just you just
It's not
direct them.
enough
Just
time.
don't actually do it yourself. What about
Sounds
not
like a
having
great
more
idea.
people in the band? Like two people on their own. One person is lonely. Two people. Is it? Do you find that kind of claustrophobic at all? Just two of you in a band, like in a rehearsal studio.
I mean, I think
What's that like? Would you like to have a bass player? Give it a bit of bottom end as well sometimes.
Well, we really like the way that we view Deap Valley is it's like a very organic relationship.
Yeah.
So like we'd never overtly decide to have a bass player. But if there came a woman who clearly
It would have to be a woman, would it?
yes.
Why?
Because I want to keep proving the point.
What's the point?
Deap Valley.
Oh,
Deap Valley.
Go on, make spell it out for me. Spell it out
Spell
for
it
me.
out, Julie.
Yeah, spell it out.
I think that, you know, everyone's like so surprised that we rock hard or that we're brazen or whatever. And so I'm tired of that being surprising. And
Is this a feminist issue, is it?
I mean, I guess it is, but, you know, I don't know.
But it is slightly feminist.
It's beyond a feminist issue. Feminism is a word.
Yeah.
This is so much bigger than that. It's like, you know, there are seriously badass, very serious female musicians out there. And those are the ones we love, and those are the ones we're looking for.
Okay.
Because those are the ones that prove the point and will help, you know, like young girls and stuff have more latitude about what they can do with themselves and how they can portray themselves, and, you know.
It's also just what Deap Valley is. I mean, you know, we love men, we love the music that men make, but Deap Valley it's like a woman's world, and I don't know, yeah, it's girl time.
It's girl time.
girl
Okay.
time.
I've never heard that one before, but that's really nice. I like that. Anyway, I won't keep you any longer. What's the plans after this and beyond into the next 6 months?
Beyond is the next 6 months after this.
Crochet,
well, we're going
internet?
to Jersey Island tomorrow.
Jersey. Oh, you're playing gig there?
Yeah.
Oh, that festival, isn't there, in Jersey? Okay, that's tomorrow.
That is
Anything
tomorrow.
else? Well, who knows that from
We're
then on?
doing a lot more touring. I mean, touring
Yeah.
is kind of the name of the game. Our record is coming out in North America in October. So we're going to be touring the record.
All right, well, that's what you guys got to do.
That's what you do.
Listen, Lindsay and Julie, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Thank
talking
you.
to me, and
It's
have
good to
a
meet
great
you.
time in Ireland. Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
we will.
much.
Cheers.
Thanks for having us.